A wise person once said, in order for us to race, we must rescue. So let's race and rescue. I mean, not really, but I just thought it'd be a funny way to open up this review of Race and Rescue Mater. Because believe it or not, these cars have arrived finally to my area. I actually found a full wave of this case. I found Mater, I did find McQueen, and Chick. I'll put a little picture on the screen of those three, plus like what I saw in the store. That was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I completely forgot what cases is. So again, I'll put a little like description underneath the pictures. But yeah, I found this guy today, and I decided to review him. Now, a lot of people have had very mixed opinions on this new race and rescue line. It's basically this year's GRC, but pretty much doubled because rather than getting 9 new cars on the line, we're getting 18 separate vehicles for this lane. It's crazy, and a lot of people don't like these. They think they look too kiddish, even though the cars line has always been towards kids. It's just that back then they were a lot better at catering to both older fans and kids, whereas nowadays it does skew a little bit more kiddish. Yeah, I don't like that these are taking like 18 spots up in the main line. I really wish they were their own separate series, like Glow Acers or Endurance Racers. I think if it was a separate line from the main line, in a place like Glow Racers, I don't think people would have been as negative towards this line. But considering we only have 2 new releases from the Cars projects, yeah, this it makes the line not looked upon that with that much fondness. But I'm gonna give my own 2 cents on it. I picked up Maiden because I thought he looked the most different, and it looks pretty cool. So let's take a look at the packaging. So let's move all of these guys out, and as you can see, it's quite a bit different from the Red Riders packaging we're getting. And honestly, I kind of prefer this packaging because I don't know, this looks a lot more like Cars. This just feels too generic in my opinion. Like I think captures with Cars is like more. It's so big, I can't even fit it in. But genuinely, it's so good. So what it is, they basically used brand new Mater's artwork. They obviously repurposed it into the Race and Rescue artwork, which is pretty cool. You can see his little toe cap flapping across the cars, Race and Rescue, which also acts as the logo for the rally race line. Because yes, in this expanded universe, you get 2 sublines: the rescue side and the racing side. The racers will have like this gray and blue color combination. Like actually on the back here, you can see Jake Hicks. He will be a rally racer because of the gray and blue. But then we also have the rescue cars like Mato, Sheriff, McQueen's gonna be a captain, and Rodriguez is coming out. Well, yeah, he's actually already coming out. So there's that. So yeah, it's gonna be like kind of a weird mismatch, but I kind of like it. I do kind of like it. And apparently we are getting a book on this line too. So hopefully it'll give us some sort of lore and make everything make a lot more sense than it is right now. But yeah, we have like the kind of sunset exploding in the background, the red streaks going across, the packaging, the diecast itself. They do have the names underneath, just like the GLCs from last year. 3 Plus is actually in yellow and blue now, which is a nice touch. The Mattel and Mental logo. We did take a look at the back already, but it does say Race and Rescue cars. And we have Chick Hicks, Fire Captain McQueen, and Sarge. So yeah, Chick and McQueen are out. Sarge is also out as well. I know some of my friends on Discord have found Sarge, but I have not, unfortunately. So hopefully I can find him. I don't know if I'll pick him up because he just looks really similar to his original counterpart, but you know, I'll see. I'll see. So yeah, that about does it for the packaging. I'll be right back with this diecast all opened up. Alright, so here's Meta out of a package, and I gotta say, he's looking good in this race and rescue form. We've gotten some pretty weird Meta over the years, especially with the Glow Racers and NASCAR line, but I think him being in this line doesn't like seem too far-fetched because he already is a tow truck, and he's using his capabilities to help whoever has gotten injured. So let's go straight into the diecast review since we don't really have a appearance to show where he appeared at, but You can see that he does have a nice expression looking down. Always happy to help. You don't see the headlights, which are a lot more 2D stylized. They almost look like Pokeballs for some reason. Yeah, they strangely look like Pokeballs for some reason, whereas Mato's headlights usually look like this. Yeah, but they look way more like a Pokeball. Apparently, they did this to like match the style of the book, which is gonna be in 2D. Same with his eyes. You can see like his eyes are a little more like how do I say, flat. They don't have that depth to it like the regular Mato has. Like you can with these two you can kind of see the difference. Like this doesn't look as flat. This looks a little bit more like animated. This also looks animated, but like well, a book. You know what I mean? So yeah, very interesting to note, but you know, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. It still looks like Mato. We have the Radius Wind Facing Rescue logo. Again, I love that little detail of like Willie's Butte adding as the two R's being sliced in the middle. I think that's really creative. It's probably one of my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite parts of this expanded universe is that little logo though. Of course, he is using the brand new Mato mold because he has his hood back on, which it makes sense. I don't think you would want to use the rusty Mato without his hood for this line. Like the NASCAR one did. I don't know why they choose to use regular Matos more. But anyways, he does have these nice wheels in yellow. Unfortunately, these aren't as nice as you can see some of the parts that he's painted, but it's Thailand's been having this issue since they started, so like it's not really on this diecast. But what I do like is this little blue trim going across the body. I think it looks really cool. It really does look nice. So we got streaks going across the sides. His door, which normally where the towing and salvage logo would be, it just says Radius Police Rescue. Pretty cool. We have the side view mirrors, which are all in blue. Now, unfortunately, yeah, there's this weird little like plastic glob out of it on this Mato. Yeah, it's on the side too. I think it's actually worse on this side. This side's okay, but yeah, this side. Looks like somebody was hungry, just decided to take a bite off his Mato. Yeah, I don't like how that looks, but I mean, from the front it looks okay, I guess. He does have the door handle, which is painted in a gray color. Now, unfortunately, since this is a Thailand Mato, this means the back portion is metal, which is great because I guarantee you, if China would be around, they would make this backside made of plastic. So yeah, I'm really glad Thailand did this. It makes it feel like really hefty and like worth your buck if you're paying $5 at Target. But yeah, on the back it does say rescue. We have the 3 yellow stripes going across his body and the little dot here, which is pretty nice. Of course, the main difference comes in his towing apparatus. It looks completely different from what we're used to from Mato. You can see that he doesn't have any of this doodads in the back. He just has like this little cable and his hook, which is very similar to the Mato working tow hook, though shaped slightly differently. He does have the gray hooks, the gray chain that the hook is connected to. He still has his A113 license plate, thankfully, though it's long. Though as the bumper is not dirty, you can clearly see a lot more compared to the regular Mato. He does have the nicely colored taillights, which are also in like a yellow-red combination. So yellow on the front and then red on the back, which is pretty cool. I think this side is exactly the same here. Yeah, for some reason, mine's a little like rough on the side. It's not on the other side, but just not that bad. Yeah, this side is pretty much the same. And here is the base. This is Pixel made in Thailand. This U10A, so the 10th week of 2025 with the A factory, which makes sense. Pretty cool. And yeah, that does it for this version of Mato here. Probably one of the better ones we've gotten in the past couple of years, especially when you have stuff like at NASCAR Mato, which is my only other red Mato in the collection, unfortunately. I don't have the Glow Races one that looks a million times better because, yeah, for whatever reason, this version of Mato choose to use the regular mold without the hood, so yeah, this is kind of ugly. And plus, this is like really cheap. He has the mouth plate, eye plate, but where is this from? Vietnam, yeah. Which means this only the front half is diecast, the back half is plastic. So basically, how China used to do it, whereas this guy, hefty metal, like a big chunk of metal. Oh, I didn't even mention that he does have this little siren ball on top, which is different from the one Deputy McQueen used in his release, so that's pretty cool. I do believe it is the same one that McQueen in this line has, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, going back to the meta comparisons, yeah, unfortunately not that good. This one clears this one by a mile. And ironically, the license plate on this meta looks a lot clearer than the NASCAR one, even though this one's Thailand and this one's Vietnam, and Vietnam tends to do better with the decals. Oh, wow, that looks really bad. Yeah, they don't have, Thailand metals don't usually have this little knot sticking out, and he does have the yellow and blue crossman stripe, which is pretty nice. Yeah, this made us such an improvement over this. Honestly, the only thing I would change is maybe give him these eyes, because I think it'll make him look a little more like determined, but kind of like Rescue Squad Mato, but I don't know. I don't know what they would, I don't know if we want to do that, but here is brand new Mato, the mold this guy is based off. Yeah, they're not similar at all, I just wanted to compare them for fun. And the similarities that they're both pretty chunky. Also, actually, I say this one's a little bit more heavier. Maybe it's because of all the doodads he has on the roof, but yeah, pretty cool. Here is next to regular Mato in comparison. Still pretty heavy, but not as heavy as this one. So yeah, I know Racing Rescue is pretty controversial for a lot of people, saying that like it killed the franchise. It really didn't, in my opinion. I mean, I don't think this is like one of the best expanded universe items we've gotten, but like it has some decent ideas. Mato is definitely one of the better ones, I think. So, I mean, yeah, but you're free to think what you want about this line. I'm not here to say, oh, you should like this line, oh, you should not. Just have your opinions. I'm just expressing mine. Oh, and by the way, I do want to try out a Hulk because even though I don't have the Rescue McQueen, I have Deputy McQueen, which is kind of close. And yeah, it does work pretty well on McQueens that have the holes in the bases. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I also just want to show off Bird McQueen, because why not? Why the hell not? It's kind of a good pairing though. I wish I had Rescue Squad Mato. I can't talk today, Jesus. Yeah, but I really wish I had Rescue Squad Mato to compare this guy to, because yeah, this isn't the first time Mato has dabbled in being a firefighter. Costume, Rescue Squad Mato did it first. And I don't think you can do it from the front. Can you do it on the back? No, you can't. Okay, kinda. You kinda do that. But this is probably gonna fall, so yeah, not too long term. Here he is next to Adam Rodriguez. I know the comparisons are a whole lot, but there's a lot to cover with this Mato here. Of course, this is a Chorus 3 character, so it's Chorus on the Road character. I like the these in Chorus 3, but yeah. He is going to release in the Racing Rescue line, so I don't know if I'll get it. Probably not, just because I already have this one. Like, why would I need the Racing Rescue version? Because especially when these two go pretty well together. And same thing with Red, honestly. I really don't know if I'm going to get Red, because, I mean, first off, he still looks fine with this guy, plus he's downscaled, so it's like, do I really want a Red that's like smaller than Mato, or the same size? I don't know, man. I don't know, there's some baffling decisions made with this Racing Rescue line. And the downscaling of Red is one of those decisions that I scratch my head out. It keeps me up awake at night. But yeah, that about does it for the comparisons to this Mato. It's a really great Mato. It's probably one of my favorites. If you do see him, pick him up. He's kind of the rarest of the 3 cars out right now for the Racing Rescue line, but hopefully you shouldn't be too hard to find out for like a couple cases. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more upcoming content. See you all next time. Until then, this is Joe Quick Tire, signing out.